Good evening, Finance Chair Jala, ladies and gentlemen. The Freeholder Board, Bruce Patterson, Garwood. Actually, Director Taylor, mentions that it's after the adoption, but however, as you know, equalized values dictate the percentage increases on the various different towns, and they're not all the same, like your average of 84, whatever you said. And I've been watching the Summit numbers, and the Summit always gets banged 8%, 10%, 11%. See, if the towns knew this up front and feel that they're really getting way overtaxed with a high number, that would allow them at least to come down and voice their dissatisfaction. Right now we have one person here, and I'm sure he can agree that the Summit taxes are like always like 8 to 10%. So, but that that's just a comment on the procedure, which I think is wrong. But tell you what, I actually went to one of the budget hearings. I try to go to all of them, but now that I actually work till 6 o'clock, it's tough. So you planned it well, so I can't show up on it. But you did well. I mean, the ones I've been going to were kind of like milk toasty questions, and I guess it must be the lawyer in you. You did excellent with some kind of cross-examination. You must take courses when you're going for your degree, and you were asking probing questions, and that I do appreciate that you were doing it. The next step, of course, as leader and the head of the finance chair, is to actually take what you have and go deeper and start really dictating and crafting a much better budget that Tom Getzendammer is asking you to take a look at, and all the taxpayers, of course, are saying the same thing. Normally, as the other years, it kind of fell flat. The finance chair just gets pushed around by the directors because the directors tell them, oh, we're doing great, we're doing this, we need this, we did it, and nothing changes except the tax increase goes up 13, 14, 15 million dollars, 4, 5, 6%. So hopefully you're gonna do something. You got the information, you probed well, and I congratulate you for all the work that you've been doing. Just a couple of items from that one budget hearing that I did go to. There was two items that actually came out. I just want to talk to you about it because it kind of is a telling. The clerk was in the question and answer. The clerk was actually saying that the people about hiring need more recorders, but new people may not be good recorders. That's telling me that somehow these new hirees that come on board may not be competent enough to actually be hired, to pass the hire. So something's not right there. Something doesn't sound right there. At the same time, that was Director Riordan, who I commend because he always has a command of the finances and exactly what he wants to do, and he's doing an excellent job. And I'll tell you, I advocate for him every chance I get. But he was talking about I guess correctional officers, and again, he was saying, well, that they should vet the individuals better that go into the academy. And there's another red flag, that possibly these people that are coming into our Union County entities of government are not the competent people that they should be. And something should be put in place to actually get the competent people. So that's just my comments on the one budget hearing. One other comment I probably should make. It came from Council Barrett. He's talking about adding an addition of an assistant county counselor for open space trust fund, and I would assume that salary is probably going to come out of our open space trust fund money, and that is improper. Hopefully he wasn't meaning that, and that he was going to take it out of his normal budget. Again, as Tom Getzendammer said, the Essex County increase is 1.5%. Morris County actually has two years in a row at 0%. And maybe I'll read you, there's 3 freeholders on there, and I'll read you the background in a minute. But one suggestion, and Mr. Getzendammer gave you a couple of suggestions, but one good suggestion, and this is from Morris County again. Their Morris County Improvement Authority, which does pretty much the same obligations as the Union County Group, theirs is actually part of the county. I have model resolutions from them that shows that they crafted this improvement authority to actually be part of the county, and that the business administrator, who's actually the county manager of Morris County, as a business administrator, he's actually the chair of the Morris County Improvement Authority.
You can finish your thought, and if you have a copy of that to provide to our clerk, I'd like to look at it.
Yeah, in fact, I'll scan it and send it like tomorrow. I only have one copy for myself. But here we have here we have a good cost savings, because I see a line item in the budget, you know, $500,000 going to the UCIA for whatever it is, but if you merge the UCIA into what's similar to Morris County, there's a savings there of, I'm not even going to take a guess, but you know, I'm sure there's a large savings. Plus right now, you know, as the past two directors of these improvement authorities of Union County, you know, they've become embattled. One of them was forced to retire. The other one's under a pay scandal. But I mean, like, you know, we're looking at something that really should be done to put a clear image on the UCIA. Well, not a bad one. I mean, I actually do have a lot more questions.
Thank you very kindly for your taking your time. Your time is up at this time.
This
You'll have another opportunity.
This budget is now over $500 million. I mean, you're only letting the public speak a couple of minutes.
You know your time is done. It's done. You'll have another opportunity to speak. We'll hear you then.
When is that opportunity?
At the regular meeting.
This is the budget hearing, isn't it?
There's an open public session.
But it's specific, this is for specifically the budget, isn't it?
You know your time is finished.
Yeah, but somehow $500 million, $500 million,
Thank you.
and you're not allowing the public to
I want to
comment?
respond to a comment that you made. I want to have the county council respond to it. Is that okay? Thank you. Can you please respond to the statement made relative to the position of an assistant county council?
In terms, I don't know if the speaker was confused as to my statement. I was not at any point in time proposing a additional assistant county council for the purposes of representing the Open Space Trust.
Thank you. What was the position?
There is a position in my in the budget I proposed to have an additional assistant county council.
Right.
It was for general representation of the county.
Within your department?